Biladu nyan wangat naranik mandi. Waranjeri willamik, waranjeri balakut. Mundanai bikut, bikdui banyibik mernmut bik. Wuruwuru bik ba darangog bik ba bunjalal willamu. My name's Mandy Nicholson. I'm a traditional custodian of Naarm of Melbourne, and you are most welcome to all the different layers of Wurundjeri country: below country, on country, water country, wind country, sky country, and star country. Wamanjika Kirapik. Welcome, my friends.
Welcome to Cisco Live Melbourne. Thank you, Mandy Nicholson, for your welcome to country. Before we get into it, I thought this is a good chance to introduce ourselves as your hosts. My name is Emerald Williamson. I'm an account manager based in Australia, Sydney. And for those who are joining us from last year, you would have recognised me, so I'm very happy to be in front of you again. And for those who are joining us for the first time on Cisco Live, welcome. I'm not alone this year, and we have some great content to share, but before we get into that, I want to introduce you to my two co-hosts who are also sharing the stage with me today. So say hello to Dave and Shika. Dave, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you, Em. Hello, everyone. My name is Dave. I'm an account manager based here in Melbourne. Just ticking over my second year at Cisco, and this will be my second Cisco Live. Fortunate enough to be alongside a two-time co-host in the great self you are, Emerald, and my first-time co-host joining me, Shika. Shika, how are you feeling?
Yes, good. Hey everyone, I'm Shika, and I'm one of the Collab Customer Success Managers in Cisco Melbourne. And this is my second Cisco Live, but the journey from the stands last year and then moving to the host has been an interesting one. But I'm really excited to be sharing this stage with two amazing co-hosts of mine. Really comfortable. It's like chatting to friends, isn't it?
It is. It really is. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I'm so excited to be sharing the desk. For those who are watching at home, we've actually been speaking over WebEx for the past 2 months. So the fact that we're actually all in the same space together here and actually collaborating in person is great. And more importantly, I'm a tourist to Melbourne, so I've actually been able to pick their brains about where the best croissant is, which I'll definitely be hitting you up for after this broadcast.
At the moment, I think it's right over there, actually. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, we're actually sitting in the middle of the Cisco Live floor at the moment. We can see everyone wandering around with their breakfast, and I tell you, it looks pretty good. So before we get into the content, Cisco Live wouldn't be Cisco Live without a theme. So, drum roll. Dave, what is our theme this year?
This year's theme is Cisco Live. Let's go!
Fantastic. I honestly think it's a great theme, especially for this time of year. And I know personally, this is a point in the time where I actually take a review of what I've done over the year and look forward to actually what I might be doing and planning for the future year as well. So this is a great opportunity to network with my peers, to actually talk to a lot of the engineers, get updated on the product, and plan strategically about where I want to go and what I want to achieve. What does Let's Go mean to you, Dave?
To me, Let's Go. I feel like we're living it right now. They said, we're looking for a broadcast. We're looking for some broadcast hosts, and that was it. Just jump in. Let's go. Get into it. So when I hear this theme, Let's Go, it's sort of give everything a shot, dive in head first. Must admit, this morning it was more about let's go get a coffee, but I think here we are. It's good to be here.
Yeah. I think Let's Go for me is more like anticipation, excitement, and I think this year I'm really excited to attend the iTalks, and obviously everything sustainable is another thing that really keeps me excited. You hear me say sustainable, we're going to say AI quite a bit. If we had a jar, as we were saying, we would be really rich if we put a coin in it. But I think Let's Go, excitement, ending the year on a very high note with Cisco Live, hosting with you guys and attending these amazing sessions. Yeah.
Fantastic. So I guess we should get going. Dave, what are you most looking forward to at Cisco Live?
I think for me it's an easy one. It's like feeling the energy right now of everyone lining up to fill this room, join these keynote speakers, and to me it is going to be the keynote speakers. It's got an all-star lineup. Dave West, G2, always a crowd favourite, Jackie G. But I think something that's resonating with a lot of my customers at the moment, I'm really looking forward to Ronak talking about FSO and the whole visibility, end-to-end visibility for our customers' network.
Yeah, I think full stack observability is a good one. I think again, sustainability, I'm quite big on it. I know a lot of our customers are quite big on sustainability at the moment. But yeah, I think this entire Cisco Live, we've kind of upped our game a bit in terms of making the event sustainable. From our meeting hub being made out of completely recycled cardboard, our fabric signage, which you might see in one of our videos, it's like the Cisco Live, big Cisco Live board. So that's going to be made into shopping bags, actually. So
how do I get one of those shopping bags, please?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing a bit of a checklist. I've got the sustainable T-shirt, I've got the Keep Cup, and now I'm just looking for the
and we have the bottles,
and
yeah.
Now I just need the shopping bag, and I've got the whole set.
And also we're going to be donating all the rescuable food to food charity after every day. So I think in just the sustainability team at Cisco Live this year, they've done such a great job. And we actually also have our charity partnership. So this little guy here is actually a koala. As you know, we're live streaming from Melbourne, Australia. And Australia is quite popular for its wildlife. And so we've partnered with WWF this year. They are our charity partner, and we have Adopt a Koala the funds would go into saving the wildlife in Australia because koalas are actually endangered in Australia at the moment.
Shika, does our koala have a name yet? Or is that
That's
something
Kevin
we should?
the koala.
Kevin the
Kevin the
koala.
He's our fourth host for the day, so he's just here for moral support.
Thank you. I think it's a shame that we forgot to introduce Kevin the koala at the beginning,
Of
but
course.
he'll definitely have a bit of a spotlight all the way throughout Cisco
I think
Live.
we'll just keep him away because he might steal away the spotlight from us.
I think I'm happy to have my seat back after Charlie, the welfare dog, actually had the host chair for just moments ago. So it's good to be back.
No, it's fantastic. And I think what I'm really looking forward to as well is the world of solutions. You know, I think during our breaks here, and this is an opportunity for our online audience to check out the different kind of content that we have on our on-demand videos, but the fact that we actually get the opportunity to talk directly to engineers. And we actually had a bit of a sneak peek at the World of Solutions yesterday as well. And I have to say, we had a bit of fun, didn't we?
We did. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so I think we actually have a bit of a video of what we did yesterday. So let's take a look at what the World of Solutions look like.
Yeah, cool.
Welcome to Cisco Live Melbourne. Let's go!
That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Oh my God.
For everyone, that's pretty much the first time we've also seen those videos, and we're reliving the moments in the World of Solutions, but it's always funny, I think, to see ourselves played back.
Yeah.
It was a very good day, I think. Come up with some couple of cool soccer moves there. It was very, very fun.
The lab was really interesting. Had one of the walk-in labs. I tried the Meraki one, and just 2 minutes in, I had to call in the expert, but it was really well done, and it was like the labs were packed, but the World of Solutions, we kind of got a sneak peek before everyone did, and now I'm sure like today it's going to be full of people. Really excited for World of Solutions.
Yeah, no, and I think actually getting hands-on with the technology is the best part, because I think, we talk about all of these products every day, but it's not every day that we can actually try on a new headset. So even at that headset wall, I'm so glad you pointed that out when we were walking through. Seeing even the new Bang & Olufsen headsets were fantastic. And you know what? I'm going to have to try and get my hands on one of those.
Yeah, I think those are very popular amongst customers as well, because the noise cancellation, and when you're actually on a WebEx meeting on those, obviously WebEx already has noise cancellation, and then the headset does too. So that's like doubling down on technology. It's amazing. It's great.
I must admit, thank goodness we were in sneakers though. The sprint down the middle of through the middle of the world of solutions, couldn't have done it in dress shoes, that's for sure.
Yeah. No, even saying that though, I do have one question for you. You don't have to answer it, but I did see you played the punch game with the. What was your score, Dave?
Oh, I mean, I got the top score,
clearly.
The record-breaking top score that you could get. No, it was my left arm. I'm a right-handed puncher usually. Not that I'm, anyway. But I think it was a solid 500.
I think they hit the score for a reason in the video. So let's just decide at that. But yeah.
No, I think we'll definitely be running off to the world of solutions partway through our break. But before we get, as we get closer to our keynote as well, there's a couple of housekeeping things that we want to make sure that we remind you of and just give you a bit of a highlight. Shika, what should we be looking out for?
So actually this time around we have our translations for our live broadcast in 7 different local languages. Chinese, Indonesian, Korean, Japanese, Vietnamese, and Thai. So go onto the translations page, and in the drop-down you can find the language. So that's one really exciting one for APJC region, because we have so many different languages in our region.
Yeah, and also for the engineers out there, you can check out hashtag Cisco Quick Bites on our social channels. So that's 60-second engineering content built by our Cisco engineers to help you better understand our technologies. I sure know that we dive into those every now and then. It's very helpful.
Yeah. And absolutely, this is also a conversation piece. We're on the desk having a conversation with each other, but we'd also love to hear from you. So hop onto our different socials and use the hashtag Cisco Live APJC, especially for any of the content that you're seeing here. We'd love to see where you're watching from. We'd love to hear your commentary about some of our iTalks and our keynotes. And if you have any suggestions for what we should be doing up here or what you'd like to hear, please let us know as well.
Yeah. And we're streaming on ciscolive.com/APJC and other social media platforms like LinkedIn, YouTube. So share with your friends. If you're already in, I'm sure they want to join in and listen to the keynote and the amazing iTalks that we have over the next 2 days.
Absolutely. And I know for one, I would definitely be using that language feature. I have a lot of family that are in Vietnam, and so I'd love my aunts and uncles to see what we're doing. And in particular, I think as we move towards the keynote, something that I'd really love to hear about is artificial intelligence. And I'm having that conversation with not just my customers, but my family and friends. So I'll be sending a couple of links their way as well to be like, I'm not the know-all for artificial intelligence, but here's some couple of our leaders who are talking about what they're doing in that space.
I think the artificial intelligence AI piece is going to feature quite prominently across the whole of Cisco Live this week. So
agree. And I think customers want to hear about it, what we're doing, how we're ahead of the game, but not just to be ahead of the game, but how we're doing it better and securely, because I think that's what Cisco is always been popular for. We do everything and we're quite secure in our technology. So I think another thing is that now we're approaching towards the keynote. What are we most excited about in the keynote?
Yeah, do you want to go?
Oh, I have to say, again, it's going to be that artificial intelligence piece. I really actually want to take up your suggestion. If we can wrangle that on stage and have a big jar in front of the desk, and if every time artificial intelligence gets mentioned, we can drop $1 on it, we'll absolutely be rich. I could retire. I feel like I could retire.
100%.
Which keynotes are you looking forward to, Dave?
I think for me, I'll go back to the FSO piece. I think it's really what my customers want to hear from at the moment. So looking forward to that talk, and then hearing from G2 as well, touching on the security suites, the collaboration, hybrid work piece. It's going to be very vital at the moment. So.
G2 is always a crowd favorite. I think for me, Jackie G's, because Cisco's value of customer experience it's just increasing every single day, and how much Cisco has invested into customer experience, because we believe, obviously after the sale happens, but the customer life cycle, we want to support them through thick and thin, when there are outages and whatnot. So Jackie has been revolutionary in making that change once she has joined the Asia Pacific region. So I'm really looking forward to what she has to say. we're as excited as you guys because we don't know what's coming. So we're just guessing.
This is all speculation.
Yes, exactly. So I'm really looking forward to Jackie G's session on customer experience. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think for me overall, it's and this is homage to Kevin the Koala. I'd love to see how sustainability features in all of these particular keynotes. I know that it's not necessarily something that we always talk about as its own unit, but to see where sustainability has actually, threaded through our business. It was last year that I was talking to Denise Lee, and we actually had launched the Cisco Sustainability Office. And it's been, I think, since February last year now, over a year, where we've had a lot of progress, and to see sustainability as such a key part of even Cisco Live through, our water bottles, through our charity partnership, as well as the T-shirts. We have a lot of different iTalks that are coming up as well. So I'll be speaking to Denise Lee today.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll be listening very closely to the keynote to see what we have in that space. And she also has an iTalk later on in the afternoon at 3:30.
Yeah, I think a lot of customers would be tuning into the iTalk from Denise Lee, because I think she has a really strong messaging. And in terms of Cisco's products and the portfolio, we are not just investing in like one single product, but how we can actually help customers in their entire environment to get to their net zero goals and also like reduce their footprint overall. So definitely tune into the iTalk from Denise Lee, and she has an interview with you, as you mentioned, so you can get a little bit of sneak peek. She's amazing. She's a great speaker as well, so looking forward. Yeah, that's a really good one. Yeah. Another one, actually, going on to the FSO is the Thousand Eyes integration with the full stack observability, and because Thousand Eyes has such, for my customers, they love it. Ever since it came out, and recently we announced it that Room OS devices, which are our collaboration devices, it's going to be native to most of the devices, the Thousand Eyes agent. So that way we can see where exactly the problem is when there are network issues. So it's never going to be like, oh, it's someone's network, that's why they have bad audio or video. We can actually find out the exact reason because it's going to be native to those devices. So again, Thousand Eyes is a very strong piece, and definitely Ronak's session in the keynote, and then eventually the iTalks. I think that's going to be an interesting one for everyone.
Yeah, and I've got to talk with Jason, the head engineer of Thousand Eyes, later today. So that'll be something that's going to be very excited to talk to him about and get to understand a bit more. I think there'll be a bit of a video and demo in that as well. So. Yeah, looking forward to that chat. Yeah.
I'll definitely have to look at and actually watch that video, because in particular I think Thousand Eyes used to be the new kids on the block for a little bit, but in particular because of the integrations with a lot of our other products now, we're having that conversation with customers and moving away from what are the broader features into actually what use cases can we apply it to, especially in that retail space is where bringing the Thousand Eyes team into a lot of that space.
Yeah. And I did want to do a quick housekeeping again. Again, as I mentioned, we are streaming translations in 7 different languages. Go into the translation page and go into your local language. And this is amazing. That's why Cisco has always been inclusive in so many ways. And as we say, power of all, power of inclusivity. So yeah, 7 different languages, and also join the conversation. Let us know how we're doing, and let us know what questions you want us to ask Denise, Jason, all these people later with hashtag Cisco Live APJC. So join in the conversation.
Absolutely. We're getting closer to the keynote. I think people are streaming in.
Yeah.
Dave, what can you see from your position on the desk? I think you're right through the middle of the cameras.
I can just see the cameras, but I can see a whole lot of people all finding their seats, I think. Filling up the grandstand, so yeah, it's going to be a very good talk.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think the atmosphere here is just electric, which is great that we're actually able to be on the floor and see everyone, and everyone can see us, which can also be a little bit daunting as well. But I think it's okay.
I think it's okay. People taking your pictures here and there, feel like a celebrity. It's all good. It's all good.
So sticking with the theme, I think what's one word to describe how you're feeling right now?
I'm going to steal. Someone said this before, electric. I think you said it. I think definitely the atmosphere here, it's electric, definitely.
Perfect. Electric. Well, in saying that, let's go to the keynote.
Please welcome to the stage Cisco's President, Asia Pacific, Japan and Greater China, Dave West.
How good is this? Welcome to Cisco Live. Take a look around. This is amazing. I want to welcome our guests that are in the room, and I also want to welcome all those that are online. First, let me start by saying a big thank you. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to be here. Thank you for your partnership. You are the best customers and partners in the world. And I have to tell you, I love being in Australia. Absolutely love it. I did have the opportunity over the last few weeks to spend a lot of time with our Australia team. Now, I'm not going to say I'm part of the inner circle, but let's just say I sat outside the inner circle. And I heard of a lot of things. And I was excited, enthusiastic. I saw great potential in what we can do in Australia. But I was also very confused. And let me explain to you why. This was the discussion I heard from the team. This is fact, by the way. So someone was off to have a tinny in the Arvo. Now, I'm still trying to figure that one out. This is worse. The pub was chockers. Every man and his dog was there. Now it gets worse. One guy copped a spray. Now, I don't know what the visual is for you, but if I was in the pub, it was chockers, every man and his dog was there, and one guy copped a spray, it's not a good visual from my perspective. The next discussion was there was a biff. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what a biff means. And then I heard, don't worry, mate, no skin off my nose. So I'm just trying to digest that. And then everyone sort of gathered together and said, let's all head off to Macca's. So I'm not too sure what any of it meant. Clearly, there's a new language in Australia. There's 3,000 languages in APAC. I think there needs to be 3,001. And I would tell you, that's the G-rated version. I try to discuss the R-rated version, but my comms team was like, you cannot do that and still be employed at Cisco. So they said, please avoid it. Well, it's great to be here, and there's so much to talk about, but I can't start off by saying what a great year it's been in sport for Australia and New Zealand. Congratulations. Congratulations on hosting an amazing FIFA Women's World Cup. I watched the event from Singapore. It was just amazing. I had no idea who the Matildas were. Everyone in the world now knows who the Matildas are. And I know we have lots of fans for cricket in India tuning into this broadcast. I know we do. But we have to give it up for the Australian cricket team, World Cup champions. Amazing. Amazing talent, and it's going to inspire generations to come across the world. And it's fantastic to see, and I am so excited about being part of that and being in this region. For me, this region represents growth, opportunity, innovation. People are ambitious, they're driven, they want to make a difference in the world. And there's so many technologies that we can use to impact and benefit business, governments, and societies. And if you think about it, and I want you to all think about it, every innovation that ever existed in the world was, at some point, considered impossible until someone said, let's go.
How much can the world change for the better in just one lifetime. One generation lived to see a car drive, a phone ring, a light turn on, and a plane fly, all for the first time. This generation will live twice as long as they did and experience an inflection point like no other. The changes have begun, and so much more is about to happen. Connecting everyone, everywhere, is our opportunity to create meaningful change, enabling a world of possibilities, empowering a more inclusive future for all. That lifetime is ours. It begins here. It begins now. Let's go.
Wow, isn't that an incredible video? I would tell you, it's amazing to see how far we've come. And if you think about it, it's amazing to think about how far we have to go. So what I want to do first is take a little bit of a trip back in time. Now, this is a picture of me when I first joined Cisco. In fact, I joined Cisco on a Friday. I made sure this picture was taken on Sunday of that first week at Cisco. Somebody asked me last year if I ever had hair. I would tell you, for a short period of time, I did. But, you know, I joined Cisco, I was enthusiastic. I thought I could help make a difference in the world. I was an engineer at the time and probably still am at my core. And everything was about how do we innovate, how we drive new capabilities and new technologies. But the discussion back then was a lot different. This is what we were talking about. We were talking about how do we capture the internet wave? How do we make sure that Cisco is at the forefront of making sure that people had basic connectivity? I hate to say it, I was talking speeds and feeds. I wanted to provide the best infrastructure for the best capabilities in the data center and the network, transform everyone's WAN. You know, I was talking about protocols and basic services to make sure that our customers were successful. I was talking about voice over IP. This is when Cisco was really jumping into voice over IP. We weren't the first, but we may have been the first to legitimize voice over IP. And then we were doing a tremendous amount of organic and inorganic innovation at the time. We made 21 acquisitions the year I joined Cisco. One of those acquisitions happens to be Altiga Networks. Anybody remember Altiga Networks? Maybe some of you do. It was the foundation of secure VPN for Cisco. All of our VPN services built, and we're going to talk a lot about VPN today and the transformation of VPN. But this was the world I lived in. It's about speeds and feeds, infrastructure, all of that. And I had to learn a lot to be good at that conversation. But the conversation has changed dramatically. Sure, we're talking technology, we're talking innovation, but for us, it's all about delivering outcomes. It's all about helping customers transform the business and the results that they want to see, delivering the value that we promise them. And the discussion is much more in tune to how innovation and capabilities can augment and help improve where the business is going. We're talking about AI. Yes, I said AI for the first time today. We will say it 1,000 times, I think. Cybersecurity, quantum. Think about hyperconnectivity, observability, sustainability. This is the conversation we're having today. And this conversation is not limited to a specific function or business entity. It spans the entire portfolio. And we've made a tremendous amount of organic development this year and inorganic acquisitions. In fact, we've made 11 acquisitions this year. Most are in SaaS and AI, delivering new security services and capabilities for your customers. And we just so happened to announce our intent to acquire another software platform-based company called Splunk. Anybody heard of Splunk in this room? I went back and I looked. The Altiga acquisition, I think, was roughly $567 million. The Splunk acquisition was a little bit bigger than that. But with that acquisition, just so you know, the combination of Cisco and Splunk makes Cisco one of the largest software companies in the world. So today, sure, we deliver speeds and feeds. We hopefully deliver the best hardware and the best infrastructure in the world. We're an incredible hardware company, but we're a platform company, a software company, a services company, and a security company. And that's what we're aiming to do. So if we look at all 6 of those areas, let's just talk about 3 of them. First, AI. Everybody is talking about AI. We just did an AI readiness index to just assess where everyone was in the world, and we surveyed 8,000 companies in 30 countries. 97% of them said AI is the conversation in their company. 61% of them said if they don't have an AI strategy and implement it in the next year, their business would be at risk. Now, this is the scary part. Only 17% of the companies in this part of the world are ready to even digest AI. And AI is literally become a phrase that's common, it's hype. Why? Because AI is in all of our hands. Every one of you has access to an AI engine. ChatGPT, probably have used it to help you do some form of function or something you need to do in business. But that's just a piece of the puzzle. You need large language models and data lakes to be able to support whatever output you want from that AI engine. We've got to think about that. We need to think about how we drive the right assistance across everything that we're doing in every aspect of the portfolio. How does AI help the business? The scary part is none of that can happen without AI infrastructure. What does the next generation infrastructure look like across AI? What do you need to do? If you have racks and stacks of GPUs and CPUs, you need a fast converged infrastructure to be able to support that. Those are the things we're working on, and those are the things we'll talk about. We're also in a world that's incredibly hyper-connected. Today, I think you'll see 16 billion connected devices across the world. 16 billion places where you're going to need to onboard devices. You're going to need to make sure they're secure, that you're able to onboard them in the right way. In around 2.5 years, that number will grow to 29 billion connected devices. That's 12 billion more devices that all of you will need to secure. And if you don't have insights and visibility into what's going on, you're going to absolutely struggle. You'll struggle to know, how do you secure your infrastructure? How are your applications performing? And what do you want to do to make sure that you give, your company insights and visibility into what's going on? And security is the one thing that will stop you in your tracks. We talk about digitization. We talk about innovation. We've got to make sure that all of the enterprise is secure. We need to think about how we secure users, how we secure applications as they move to the cloud. 29 billion or 27 billion connected devices, plus applications that are on-prem and in the cloud, in the private cloud, users moving around, people working from everywhere. The threat landscape is very complicated. And so how you protect yourself how you protect your customers, how you protect your business is absolutely fundamental and critical for us to be successful. And we're all on the journey to sustainability. For Cisco, it's how we make sure that we're thinking about making the world a better place for our customers, for our business partners, for our suppliers. And in our portfolio, there's not a team that doesn't have a sustainability roadmap. We have got to leave this planet in a better place than when we entered it, for our children, for their children, and for generations to come. We are absolutely committed to net zero, and you will see Cisco really lean in to make sure that you're successful in achieving your net zero goals. And I am absolutely proud to say that we have impacted positively 1 billion people. Now, let me tell you this. In 2016, we said that we would positively impact 1 billion people around the world. Today, I can say that we have impacted 1 billion people around the world. We made that goal possible. It is incredible. And you know what's interesting about this? Is we've documented every step of that journey. Tonight, we will publish a purpose report that will give you all the details and help you understand how we impacted all of those people. You know, it's great. We set impossible goals, and we try to achieve those goals. And that's really what Cisco is about. We really try to connect everything to make anything possible. We drive hard to make sure that we're supporting you day in and day out. We want to make sure that we're able to help you transform your infrastructure, to reimagine applications, to power hybrid work. Make sure that all your connections are secure, and ensure that we can help you on your journey to sustainability. We're ready to support you today, and we're ready to support you in the future. We want to make sure you're ready too, and we are thrilled to be here to help you, our customers and partners. Thank you so very much. I appreciate your time this morning. Let me welcome on stage our two leaders of network transformation, Lawrence and Vikas. Give them a round of applause. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Hey, I would say that their titles are like SVP, GM, Wireless, Meraki, SD-WAN, IoT, automation, and cloud onboarding. So I hope you appreciate network transformation. Good luck. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. All right. Well, hello, everyone. That is definitely quite a mouthful. It sounded like there's at least 10 different GMs here with that title. But my name is Lawrence. I'm the general manager for the Cisco Networking Wireless and Meraki business.
And I'm Vikas, based in California. I lead our Cisco Networking, Routing, SD-WAN, and Industrial IoT teams. Let's start with a simple question. How many of us today checked our iPhone or our tablet or checked on our watch, Lawrence?
I checked on mine. What about you, Vikas?
Look, when I'm back home in California, I'm using my iPhone and Apple Watch to track my workout, whether it's my road bike, I just picked up pickleball, and everything in between. But here, Lawrence, it's all about our steps, and I'm happy to say I'm closing the rings.
Vikas, you must have a unique Apple Watch, because I definitely do not have one that tracks my pickleball activities.
Well, so for me, it's really about what our Apple Watch allows us to do and our whole Apple ecosystem allows us to do. It's a unified experience across all of your devices with a single account. And that is the experience we're trying to develop and deliver with the Cisco Networking Cloud. Now, granted, we won't be counting our steps using our Cisco Networking Cloud, but you will be able to manage your networking footprint, Catalyst, Meraki, Thousand Eyes, from one place. One place to manage all of your networking products, deploy the updates, check the security alerts, check on the usage across your environments, and be able to achieve so much more. And this is more important now than ever before. Dave just talked about the hyper-connected world we are in. We are connecting billions of people on a global basis, and we're on a trajectory that we're going to be connecting billions and billions of devices, whether they're in their factories, in the office spaces, it's in a mine, or in a distribution center. We, Cisco, have a responsibility to you, our customers and our partners, to simplify IT, to help you deliver better outcomes, to help you serve your customers and make sure you're making the users' lives better, with a network experience that follows 3 key tenets: secure, simple, secure, and scalable.
Well, Vikas, I love those 3 words. Simple, secure, and scalable. It's really at the heart of what our teams are working on, and it's central to our vision. It's central to our vision to simplify networking everywhere for every customer at every scale with the Cisco Networking Cloud. We're converging our management platforms with a unified look and feel, with the flexibility and the power that your business needs. And when I think about this is the same platform-driven approach that we've taken with the Cisco Security Cloud. We unify the IT experience for security, and now we're unifying the experience for connectivity.
The inspiration of Cisco Networking Cloud comes from hearing your feedback, understanding your journey. For some of you, that means a journey to a cloud operating model, and that's great. But we know many of you are operating your systems on-prem. You have our commitment, Catalyst Center, Catalyst SD-WAN. We are committed to continuing to invest in the on-prem platforms for your success. However, we believe that for many of you in this audience and with our partners, a cloud automation journey is the right approach to start with. If you're not looking at a cloud management platform through the Meraki dashboard right now, you might be missing out. Or to an easy way to manage your entire enterprise network from one platform.
So, let's get into the details. Let's talk about what our teams have been working on to make it easier for you to deliver on simplified, unified operations. So first up, let's chat about something that you've all been asking for. Simplified licensing. We've heard the feedback. It's loud and clear. You want us to make our licensing simpler for all of you. And that's why we're bundling hardware, software, and embedded support for our Catalyst switches into one easy license. It's a neat package that's really an important start on our journey to simplify licensing across the board here. We're also bringing you a common look and feel across the portfolio with our platform user simplification. And what this means for all of you is that you're going to get more consistency, a common look and feel, whether you're using our cloud or on-prem platforms here. We're also investing in something we call the Platform Navigator, which allows you to seamlessly switch between different platforms, whether it is Meraki, Thousand Eyes, or the Cisco Security Cloud, really ending that swivel chair IT experience here. And all this is combined with the single sign-on experience. So that way, when you and your team use our products, it feels more seamless and delightful. We're not done. We're continuing to invest in Catalyst Center. That investment is paying off. The investment in quality, scale, reliability. This means that there are more than 10 million connected Catalyst devices to Catalyst Center today, sending telemetry to our customers, allowing them to automate, to secure their infrastructure like never before. Now, we know that many of you have devices out there where you're not managing it with any of our platforms, but that's okay. Our commitment to all of you is to make it easier for you to get started on that journey with us.
Look, it's always good to think about these experiences through the lens of a customer. So let me talk to you about one customer, Shibura Institute of Technology, based in Japan, a highly rated private science and engineering university with 10,000 students and staff across 2 campuses. Shibura has been a loyal Cisco customer using our Catalyst switching products for 20+ years. Through COVID, they needed to deliver a hybrid teaching experience. They evaluated many platforms and selected the Meraki platform to deliver a next-generation Wi-Fi 6E experience. And now that they have Meraki deployed and they have Catalyst switching, they're at a very good place where now they can bring together the power of the Meraki dashboard to monitor and manage the Catalyst product lines, such that they can diagnose and troubleshoot anywhere, any issues in their environment from one place. And that they can do that from anywhere, Lawrence.
Well, I really love that story because it shows how you can get started on that journey. And we're investing in cloud monitoring like never before, evolving it so ultimately you can get to full cloud management. We've heard the feedback from our customers since we released it. They want more capabilities around troubleshooting, and that's why we invested in the ability to use show commands so that you can actually do in-depth troubleshooting of your Catalyst devices. And with an upcoming release, we're adding the additional capability to upgrade your firmware from Meraki for those Catalyst switches as well. Now, for those of you who are ready to take that journey to cloud management today, we offer a full breadth of Cisco switches and Wi-Fi 6E APs that you can get started with right now. So Vikas, we simplify management. What are we doing to help our customers secure their infrastructure?
Look, we know for all of you, security is a top-of-mind concern. Your users are everywhere, working from their home offices, from factories, distribution centers, coffee shops. Your applications and your environments are changing. Many of you have your applications in the private data centers, but we know many of you are deploying applications in multiple clouds at this point in time. At the end of the day, your users just want the network to work. And you want to deliver an amazing user experience while making sure you're protecting the assets of the enterprise. Now, we are making investments to help you realize this vision by delivering three things from a network perspective. One, we're helping you build the right next-generation WAN architecture. Two, helping you deliver an end-to-end high-performance security enforcement environment. And three, increasing your visibility such that you can move to a more of an assurance model as you go forward. So let's get started on the WAN architecture. Cisco is uniquely positioned because we are the market leader for this next-generation WAN architecture. Using our routing, our SD-WAN, we're deeply integrating security capabilities across the network fabric. Cisco is the recognized leader when it comes to SD-WAN by Gartner, IDC. And just 2 weeks ago, IDC Asia Pacific recognized us the leader in region just as well. Cisco routers are monitoring your WAN performance on an application-by-application basis. With predictive path recommendation, we can monitor how a given application is reacting and forecast and then even make the changes on your behalf. It could be over the MPLS network from your trusted service provider, or it could be over a direct internet access. The power of the technology is we are helping you move from being reactive to predictive and deliver better outcomes for your business. We know you're moving applications to the public cloud, and we have taken the initiative to make sure that our SD-WAN fabrics are pre-integrated with cloud providers, AWS, Azure. We have thousands of customers on a global basis today that are using SD-WAN cloud on-ramps to connect the workloads directly into IaaS environments. Now, what that means to you as our customers and partners is confidence, such that you can accelerate your cloud journey using the capabilities that we have already developed. Second, let's talk about security enforcements. With Marcom, just performed a security test for across the industry. And what we find is that Cisco products are better at doing malware detection and prevention across the product lines. We're actually 25% better than the industry average in how we're delivering that capability. You're looking to secure your users, your devices, and your IoT flows. It really starts by a segmentation journey. Using the power of Identity Services Engine, you can detect the devices, you can profile them, and get them into the right segment, the first step to your end-to-end security journey. Now, to secure your internet-bound traffic, we have automated the connection of Catalyst SD-WAN with Cisco Secure Access, our next-generation SSE product. Now, with the power of this capability, you're going to be able to take a security tag that starts from a user or a device in an access network, a switching or a Wi-Fi network, across the wide area network, through secure access to your internet applications wherever they reside. This is the power when Cisco will put together to help you deliver an end-to-end security architecture.
Well, I really love that. The work that we're doing for security is going to help you secure your infrastructure better than ever before. But I'm also excited about the innovations that we're driving to improve visibility, especially with our Thousand Eyes portfolio here. We already know that Thousand Eyes delivers unique insights when it comes to the digital experience to understand from any application to any user over any network what that experience is like. Well, we're doubling down on that. We're investing in the Thousand Eyes platform and augmenting that with telemetry and data from the Cisco networking cloud to deepen those insights to truly deliver intelligent insights that no one else can. For example, with Thousand Eyes integrated with the Meraki MX, this means that there are now more than 1 million MX devices where our customers can activate those Thousand Eyes agents directly in the Meraki dashboard. What this means is from one dashboard, your teams get in-depth visibility into the digital experience of those SaaS applications as well as the underlying network health. All this ultimately helping you understand the performance of your network infrastructure better than ever before. We know that operations team, they could instantly see and act on issues affecting both users as well as the WAN infrastructure. This native integration means that you can deploy this whether it's a single site, hundreds of sites, or thousands of sites without any additional hardware required. That is truly the power of operating at Cisco scale here. So, as you can see, we're making some tremendous investments when it comes to security as well as visibility. But what are we doing to help our customers scale?
Look, we have a three-pronged approach when it comes to helping you scale your environments. It really starts with APIs, artificial intelligence, and sustainability. What gets me truly excited is what our customers, you and our partners, are building on top of this networking platform. When you're able to simplify your operations, secure end-to-end connections, and proactively resolve issues, something magical happens. You get the time back to invest in your teams, in your people, and help your business accelerate forward. Our powerful, consistent, and comprehensive APIs across domains are giving you the superpowers to move your business forward. Today, customers like you are making 10 billion API calls on our Catalyst and Meraki platforms, and that's just not to create configuration and automation capabilities, but that's you're creating new use cases and new applications on the fabric.
Well, because we know that APIs aren't the only way to scale and further invest in your business. That story you shared with a customer like Shibura, as they migrate over to a cloud-managed model, one of the benefits is that they could continue to easily receive new innovations long after their initial deployments, whether it's understanding how they could benefit from the investments that we're making in artificial intelligence to supercharge their infrastructure. Now, we know many of you are asking the question, what are we doing to help you leverage the power of AI? Because we're investing deeply into our platforms with AI-powered capabilities, all of you get to benefit from that investment. To start with, you can navigate to the Nexus dashboard. This is where you can configure your network fabrics for AI clusters in your data center. We're further investing more AI capabilities into our wireless portfolio, so that way you can use our AI-powered radio resource management capabilities to quickly optimize the wireless experience for your users without any additional configurations. Simply put, as we continue to invest deeper in AI capabilities, your network becomes more intelligent and simpler to manage day by day.
So as you look to leverage AI, we must think about how to do it responsibly, as Dave called out, in a sustainable manner. How much do you think IT contributes to the global greenhouse gas emission? 0.5%? Maybe 1%? In actuality, what the analysts tell us, it's closer to 4%. And just as a reference, that's about the same amount of greenhouse gases as aviation or shipping industries. So it's up to us to make sure that we are managing our energy footprint, especially with the new innovations around AI and deploying the broader GPU farms that Dave just talked about at the kickoff. Cisco's leadership in Silicon One is an important first step. With a product like a Nexus 9000 series powered using Silicon One, our energy usage drops by 59 times. And that's important for you to kind of get that better outcome just comparing it to the previous Nexus model. You can also use the Nexus dashboard to monitor the real-time and historical usage about cost, energy, trends, greenhouse gas emissions across your environment, and even integrate low-carbon energy sources into your networks, into your power environments. Next, our smart building solutions can help you accelerate your hybrid work transformation. With the Universal Power over Ethernet solution on the Catalyst products now, you can bring together your data networks and your power networks into one integrated fabric. With better energy efficiencies, it's going to help you meet your sustainability goals. And sustainability is not just designed into all the products we talked about. We are enabling you to deliver sustainability use cases with our industrial IoT portfolio. Whether it's to connect wind turbines, solar farms, accelerate your battery manufacturing capabilities, or deliver more battery electric vehicles across your plants. Helping you achieve your net zero goals with the capability of the Power Platform.
Well, as you can see, we are definitely excited about the investments and innovations that we're bringing out with the Cisco Networking Cloud. There's so much more to learn, so I encourage you to spend some time in our innovation talks, to go visit the World of Solutions, go check out a demo. But ultimately, we know that your experience, it's better when we bring together the simplicity of Meraki with the power of Catalyst. All this is to help you manage your infrastructure, whether it's cloud, whether it's on-prem, or anywhere in between. Our commitment to you is to help you deliver that simple, secure, and scalable infrastructure, so that way you can be less reactive and spend more time building your business future. And with that, I'd like to welcome back to the stage our good friend Dave.
Great job. Thank you. All right, so I want to welcome back to the stage, or at least for the first time, G2 Patel. Come on up here. G2, give him a round of applause, is our SVP, or EVP, for Security and Collaboration. Now, I would tell you that G2 and I had a long debate. Does G2 do a presentation, or do we have a very direct dialogue and fireside chat? And so after he wore me down for 3 days, we decided that a fireside chat would be much more appropriate.
Actually, let's ask the audience, would you rather go through a presentation or just talk about the business? Business. I'm just saying, man.
I got it.
But can I just give you some coaching on something?
Sure. This is not about cricket, is it? It's not about cricket.
So I don't think it's not a sport, man. Like, people go through depression when we lose the World Cup. And you don't just go there and say, okay, GT, you're going to be here, Ronak's going to be here, and I'm going to put up Australia winning as the biggest thing to celebrate. I mean, firstly, congratulations to Australians. But it's hard being us right now. And but I all jokes apart, Glenn Maxwell, I think he rocked it in the semifinals. I think you folks are lucky to have him. I think Australia deserved to win. So, congratulations.
So, have you gone through the 7 stages now? Are
no,
you okay?
I'm in deep depression. I'm going to be in depression for the next 5 months.
I just want to know.
Thank you.
All right, let's get into it, G2.
Let's do it.
And I'm going to make this kind of punchy and direct, because they want some questions answered, and these are questions that I've heard from you. So I didn't just go make these up. I wanted to have a direct discussion. So our customers out here use a lot of different security products. Why should they consider using Cisco when there are so many best-of-breed security products out there?
That's actually a great question. This is an area that a lot of you have asked us, are we serious about the security business? And if you look back about the past 2 to 3 decades, what's happened in security? It's basically innovation has happened through patchwork. Every single time there's a new threat that's emerged, there's a new company that's been created to go out and handle that threat. And consequently, there's about 3,500 or so vendors in the market. On average, most of you have between 50 to 70 products within your cybersecurity stack. And as the attacks have increased, I think the complexity has really increased to go out and defend against those attacks, because there's way too many policy engines, there's way too much contention. And so what we want, there's a shift that's happening in the industry right now, moving away from point solutions to much more of a platform-based approach. And this is going to happen with or without Cisco, by the way. So it's not just that, just because I'm Cisco, we're talking about it. This is going to happen one way or the other. But I think this is going to be a really interesting time, because it's going to massively simplify the overhead that organizations have in keeping themselves safe and secure. And so we launched the Cisco Security Cloud about 18 months ago. We talked about it last year when I was here, which was essentially to go out and solve three big problems. How do we protect the user? How do we protect cloud and cloud infrastructure, whether it be public cloud or private cloud? And how do we protect against a breach that might occur? And so those are the three big areas, and that was all going to be powered with a baseline of firewall capability and a fabric of AI. And that's basically what we've delivered over the course of the past 2.5 years. Now, I'll be the first to admit, look, our innovation had slowed down if you look at an aggregate composite view of like 10 years. And over the course of the past, I'd say 2.5 years or so, Shayla is over here who runs our engineering. I think Raj is over here who's our chief product officer. I think these folks, and Tom Gillis who runs our business, they've done a fantastic job at really supercharging the business. So we will be the best and most scalable platform that you will see out there for going out and making it really simple to use, and it'll be the highest amount of efficacy with the best experience. And we'll have the best economics, because each one of those three things I talked about, user, cloud, and breach, are provided to you as a suite. So we don't have anymore, 30 different products, thousands of different SKUs that you have to transact with us. We'll actually make sure that we make it easy for you. And the economics are going to work out, because you will get the equivalent of 7 products for the price of 3. So you actually get a fair amount of, I'd say economic advantage, because there'll be a lot of bundling that happens.
So 3 suites.
3 suites.
That's it.
That's it. And the firewall.
So talk to me about the firewall. How critical is the firewall?
Firewall is central to what we do, because if you think about the user protection suite, and if you think about secure access, which is a product we built from the ground up to compete with companies like Zscaler and Netscope and others, that product essentially terminates at the firewall. If you think about the cloud infrastructure essentially allows you to make sure that we can provide a firewall for the cloud as you move your applications to the cloud. If you think about breach protection, the largest amount of telemetry that we get is actually from the firewall into our XDR offering. So firewall is going to be pretty central to what we do. And then the other thing that's going to be pretty central to what we do is artificial intelligence, AI.
That sounds pretty convincing, G2. But we've been at this game for a couple of decades. I mentioned Altiga Networks in 2000. However, maybe some out here, still don't believe or perceive us as being a serious security player. What are you doing to change that, or what message would you deliver to them out here?
I think the way you should think about us is, the thing you should hold us accountable for is, are we going to build the best products with high velocity that solve problems that get you higher efficacy, better experience for both the IT practitioners as well as the end users? Because I think in security as an industry, we've not done a good job of making this industry simple. It's a very complicated industry, and we got to make it simplified, because it's the addressable user base in this is 8 billion humans. There's not a single person on the planet that's not going to need to have security, because they'll all be connected. And then the third thing is, you have to do it at a way better set of economic equations than what we've actually been able to provide to you as an industry. And so as you think about that, look to us to say, are these folks providing the best products? We are a product company at heart, and what we want to do is make sure that we give you products that you love so much that you can talk to your friends and family about it. And that is the only scalable marketing engine at some point in time that exists for a product company, is word of mouth. And so we ought to give you the best products. And so what we've done recently is actually, there's 3 brand new from the ground up products that actually have been delivered to the market. Secure access is one of them, like I just mentioned. Secure access gives you one consistent experience for going out, regardless of whether you're logging into a private application or an application in the cloud that requires ZTNA. You don't have to worry about any of that. It's one experience.
So no VPN, no MFA, I mean, or those...
All of those things are plumbing behind the scenes. You as a user will have a very, very simple experience. It's almost an invisible experience. You open your laptop, open your mobile phone, you connect, you get to work.
Is that the boring demo? It's a boring demo.
It is the most boring demo. Go see the demo at the Solution Center. You love it, you know. And that's an example of what we're doing. XDR, we just launched XDR, and there's actually been a tremendous amount of uptick from the industry. And we've got over, the amount of early adopters we've had in XDR is fantastic.
Explain what XDR is.
XDR is extended detection and response, where if you think about majority of the breaches, they originate from email. You go through an email, you get an email that gives you a link that says go download this link so that you can actually collect your $10 million from an exotic prince from an exotic country. You go to a website that didn't exist two hours ago. That website downloads some malware on your device. That malware kicks off some process, and before you know it, there's lateral movement. That's how 80% of the breaches happen. What we've been able to do is make sure that we can actually correlate telemetry across every single one of those control points, because what's happened in the market with those 3,500 vendors I talked about is that defenses have gotten very isolated. I will go and have a defense for email. I will have a defense for the web. I'll have a defense for endpoint, but they don't correlate with each other. So what we wanted to do was say, wouldn't it be nice, because the signal-to-noise ratio is way off right now, wouldn't it be nice if I could go out and look at something and say, hey, I have a low-level alert in email, a low-level alert on the web, and a low-level alert in my endpoint. I'm going to ignore all three of them because I've got way too many alerts. But my algorithm behind the scenes says, no, these three things together actually comprise a high-level alert. Go take a look at what's going on. That's what XDR does. We actually correlate the telemetry that we have natively across every email forward, across every website request, across every single endpoint process that gets kickstarted so you don't have lateral movement, and across every packet that flows through the network. So this is an exciting time to be in the industry, and it's an exciting time for Cisco to actually deliver these solutions to you. And these are all brand new solutions that we built from the ground up. So all of a sudden, the tempo is really taken off. I'm so proud of the team.
I think it's fantastic. What about other things? We just made the Splunk acquisition, or we're intent to acquire Splunk. Give me your thoughts.
I think I was talking to someone, and they said, well, are you serious about security? I'm like, well, here's another 28 billion reasons why I'm serious about security. And why did we buy Splunk? Well, if you want to be a great networking and connectivity company, you have to be a great security company. If you want to be a great security company, you have to be able to deal with threats at machine scale, not human scale. So you have to be a great AI company. And if you want to be a great AI company, you've got to be a great data company. And Splunk will provide us that fabric for data, because every log that you have will actually be able to go out and be made available as part of the platform that others can actually build value on top of. So we're so excited about Splunk. We can't talk much more about it right now, because there's, we're going to be going through the regulatory approval period, but this is going to be game-changing.
Well, I'm excited. Is everyone excited in here? Any feedback for? So that's good.
I actually forgot to bring my phone. I wanted to take a video for all of you.
We'll take some time for that later.
Right,
we'll take some time for that later. So hey, everyone's
talking. He's on a tight ship.
Everyone's
very stressful.
Everyone's talking about AI. I talked about AI in the beginning. AI will change the world as we know it. What impact do you think AI will have on the security landscape?
Well, firstly, I think if you think about major tectonic platform shifts that have occurred in the market, I think this will be probably the largest one we have seen in the history of humanity, as far as what's happening with AI right now. It's even hard to imagine. And typically when you have these kind of innovations, in the short term, people overestimate the impact. And in the long term, they grossly underestimate the impact. So in the past year, since November 30th of last year, our lives really haven't changed that much with AI. But if you look at a 5-year window, you look at a 10-year window, things are going to be radically different, right? And so we've actually had a tremendous amount of kind of progress that's been made with AI. We actually acquired a company called Armor Blocks. DJ, somewhere around here, he was a CEO over there. He and his team are actually running our entire AI practice now. And we're hiring very aggressively, and we have announced, a very, very interesting set of announcements. But before I do that, let me actually tell you about why I'm so excited about this. For the past 3 decades, we've always talked about the advantage being on the side of the attacker, the adversary, against the defender. Why is that? Because they have to be right once. We have to, as a defender, be right every single time. I think this is the first time in my professional career, at least, that I feel like you're going to start to see the scale tip in favor of the defender. We're not quite there yet, but we'll start to see that tip in the that scale tip in the favor of the defender, because we'll have a data advantage as defenders. Because it's going to be so much data that we'll be able to predict way better of what's going to happen before it actually happens. And so you're going to go from detect and respond, which is very reactive, to predict and prevent.
Show us what you're talking about.
So we are announcing, by the way, today, this is a big deal. It's a seminal moment for us. We're announcing the all-new Security AI Assistant. Right? This is super cool because it's not a different assistant for the firewall, a different assistant for the SOC. We have one unified assistant for security. So I'm going to show you a demo. Can I show a demo?
You want to see a demo?
All right.
Is it going to work?
Yeah, that's good. It's come on. I'm just going to stand up because I can't see the screen otherwise. All right. So this looks very similar to ChatGPT. What we've done is we've said we should have a natural language instructed interface for security, so that as you're managing your policies, as you're doing all of that, you can just talk in plain English, right? And so if you look over here, down at the bottom, you have a prompt. It's a prompt-based interface. And you can just type in, hey, I need to update my firewall policy, and what policies are controlling my sales app right now? That's a simple question. I ask it a question. What it's going to do is it's going to come back to you with a response, but notice the kind of response it comes back with. It's going to come back to you with a response in a table. You asked for it in text form. It came back to you with a response in a table. So it's multimodal, right? And what it tells you is these are the different policies that currently are controlling the sales app. So then you can continue to have a conversation with that assistant. You can say, all right, show me that, and then it's going to then show you, it's going to suggest that that policy that you want to block for an outbound sales app is something that it'll ask you to do. So essentially, you ask it for the policies. You say, I want to go out and block the outbound access for that sales app. And then it gives you the actual outbound, kind of block policy. And then it'll ask you whether or not you want to go ahead and deploy it. So what you're seeing here is a human in the middle way that AI is being deployed. It's not just going out and doing something for you. It's asking you whether or not you want to get it done. When we say yes, it goes ahead and deploys the policy for blocking that sales app from external access, right? You didn't have to go out and navigate through the menus. It was a natural language-based interface. This is, by the way, this is live right now. There's a few customers using it today, and we're seeing tremendous amount of accuracy rates over there as well. And as of today, all of you can enter into a private preview with this app, right? And so let's keep going, though. What happens? You can then say, give me a step-by-step set of instructions on how to upgrade this firewall that I have. And what it's going to do, it's going to give you a whole series of steps of instructions that you might have. But you might also have a notification that pops up. And that notification is on the top, with the analysis. So you click on that notification, and what you'll now be able to see is all of the different policies that you might have. How many of those policies were duplicative? How many of those are not functioning quite the way you wanted to function? And so it basically says, we recommend that you take some action to take out the duplicates, because you've got about 323 duplicate policies in your system right now. And if you click on that, you can either disable all of those duplicate policies, or you can actually delete them. And when you delete those duplicate policies, it'll actually ask you one more time whether that's what you want to do. And if you hit yes, those policies now can get deleted. So what am I showing over here? What I'm showing is a natural language instructed policy engine that you can interface with the computers with. But this is going to require that you will actually be able to do things in a far more expedient way than what you could do in the past. And so this is completely going to be game-changing. And so every interface that you can think about that you as an IT administrator might be interfacing with, they're going to get simpler and simpler to use so that you can spend your time doing things that are far more valuable and have this system actually help you get the work done. So that's what basically the AI assistant is.
I love it. Good. Sit.
Sit down.
By the way,
me to sit down again.
What we all think it's good.
They like it, man.
Well, I mean, think about it. If you have like 1,000 policies in your firewall, you didn't want to go back and because you're afraid that one of those, changing one of those policies could disrupt something that's happening in services today. It will see all of the redundant policies. Yes. So people have come in and added policy after policy.
I think the challenge that's happened in firewall is there's been such an enormous amount of tech debt that's gotten created because people don't have 1,000 policies, Dave. Sometimes they'll have 1 million policies. And then the people that created the policies retired. Their kids graduated from college. And so like at some point in time, you got to make sure that you can actually clean up the stuff.
I love it. I think it's fantastic. Hey, let's switch subjects.
Yes.
By the way, I bet Nez that I could keep you in your chair for the entire, but Nez, you want
it's going to be, it's hard to do that.
I know. So let's switch to hybrid work. You've got another job, right? You drive our hybrid work strategy, and there's lots of customers in this part of the world, especially in Australia, that now have a mandate of some sort to get people back to the office. There was a statistic. Hold on, I just want to give you some statistics.
Yes, give me some
We're going to announce a reimagining the workplace survey that we did, over 1,500 companies. 78% of employers want employees back in the office. Now, this was the other interesting statistic. Now, this is for Asia Pacific, so not just Australia. 77% of employees said, I'll go back to the office. In fact, I want to go back to the office, but the office better not be the way it was pre-COVID. So I'd love to get your thoughts on, what should employees expect from office and how has the office changed and what are we doing to help customers rethink office spaces?
Look, I think we're in the next major phase of work. The first phase was when most of the people worked in the office. There was an occasional straggler that worked at home, and life pretty much sucked for them, right? And then you had the second phase where everyone started working overnight at home during COVID. And for the first few months, we actually surprised ourselves. We're like, wow, this is great, I'm productive. And then what you started to see was we started missing the human interaction. And it's not that you weren't productive, but it wasn't quite the same as being together. But it also brought about a lot of flexibility for people. People could work from home. They didn't have to come into the office every day. You could actually source people from anywhere in the world. Someone in a village in Bangladesh had the same economic opportunity now as someone in the heart of Silicon Valley. That was very, very cool. Now we're in the third phase, which is mixed mode, right? But I don't think mixed mode is I'm going to just come into the office and do my email in the office. I think you come to the office and the role of the office is fundamentally changing. And so you're going to come into the office more to collaborate, and you're going to make sure that you work at home when you need to go out and do heads down work. And so it's going to be slightly different from the way it is. And the way that we think about this is, look, there's many companies that will have mandates. And so you have to come in X number of days. But the way I think about this is you have to create a magnet, a reason for people to want to come into the office rather than just mandating that they come in, right? And so that, I think, is going to be pretty important. Here's an interesting stat. 98% of the meetings that you have in the future will have at least one participant that's going to be remote. 98%. Which means that you will have to make sure that you think about constructing conference rooms and experiences, not just for the people in the room, but also for the people outside the room. But only 15% of world's conference rooms have actually got video enabled. So I think there's a huge disconnect. We've got to solve that disconnect.
Well, how do we move fast enough to do it?
So the way that we think about this is there's two major things that we've been focused on at Cisco on the hybrid work, kind of mission. One is we got to fundamentally reimagine workspaces. What does that mean? You got to make sure that the distance gets taken away from people. And we have this kind of concept that we talk about, which is distance zero, which is you shouldn't feel the distance between two people. Because right now, if 4 people are in a conference room, 3 people aren't in a conference room, people who are not in the same conference room, they feel disconnected. They don't feel quite like they have the same seat at the table as the people in a conference room. And we got to make sure that we get that taken away. The other big thing that we've done in reimagining workspaces is we are very cognizant of the fact that you're going to have multiple platforms within your organization. And as you have multiple platforms, we want you to make sure that you can utilize those platforms. And so our hardware devices that we've built for every single workspace, a huddle space, a conference room, a boardroom, your home office, your kitchen, all of those devices now work natively with Microsoft Team Rooms, which means Microsoft Team Rooms runs natively on the device. And it also runs WebEx on that OS, right? So you don't have to use WebEx if you're using Microsoft Teams and if you're standardized on Teams, but you can actually also use WebEx if you want. It all runs on our devices. But here's the crazy part.
Hey, do we make Teams better? I mean,
that's the thing. Because what we've done is we've taken our AI stack and we've moved it to the hardware level. Our capabilities on AI can now be applied to the applications that actually are integrated with our platform. So when you run Microsoft Teams on our hardware, our noise cancellation technology can actually work. Our ability to go out and have people focus, which is focusing on humans and making sure that you can have equal boxes so that you actually can get a close-up view. All of those things start working. So it becomes this magical experience, even if that platform hadn't built all those capabilities. And that's what we've been able to do. So we'd love to do that. And then the second area that we've really gone out and invested immensely in is a WebEx suite. Calling, messaging, meetings, polling, Q&A.
So easy to consume all of this.
Easy to consume, one low price, fully integrated, built on a single platform. Every AI capability that we might have built, we'll make sure that actually works across all of the applications.
Talk to me about AI, because I assume AI plays a role here.
AI plays a huge role. And I think this is an area where, so we had a conference, WebEx One, just a few weeks ago. If you folks haven't seen the keynote of that, I'd highly encourage you to see it, because it has all of these capabilities explained in detail. But we made 4 major announcements at WebEx One on AI. The first one was this notion of a real-time media model, which sits side by side with a large language model that provides it more context and texture, because there's so much of our communication that we do that is nonverbal. Dave's nodding his head. He's actually, by the way, very dapper. I love this.
You do? I think. I told G2 to wear bright colors. This is about as bright as he gets. It was black yesterday, so brown is okay, G2.
So, the nonverbal cues is what we want to actually take on and make sure that we can feed the large language model with. So we've done that. So real-time media model is the first announcement. The second announcement that was huge was an AI codec that is going to be up to 16 times more efficient with the use of bandwidth than what you would typically have with a regular codec. And the crazy part about this is what the teams have done that's like defied physics. We now, with our codec, historically, if you had about 5 to 10% packet loss, you would be able to see noticeable degradation in audio quality. We can now, with the AI codec, have up to 85 or 90% spikes of packet loss and not even notice on the other side. And that's what actually was something that we built with generative AI. The third big announcement is we took that same capability of audio and moved it to video. So you have super resolution on video, even if you don't have a very, very strong network kind of connection. And then the fourth one is we have, just like in security, we have a single AI assistant across all of WebEx.
Can you demo it for us? Do you have a demo on the AI
Real quick,
assistant?
can I do a demo?
Yeah, can you do it sitting? You think?
All right, fine, I'll sit. All right, so here's the demo. Can we roll the demo? I'll show you 2 demos, not 1. All right, so the first demo is, let's say that you're in a meeting, and Clarissa is the person on the top left-hand side, and this happens to all of us. The doorbell rings, the FedEx person is there to go out and drop off a package for you. You have to go out and sign it. So the system recognizes that you got up and left, turns off your camera, blurs your camera, mutes you automatically while you're gone. As soon as you come back, it knows Clarissa came back, unmutes you, turns on the camera, but then asks you, do you want to know what you missed during the 7 minutes that you were gone? And then it gives you a summary of what you missed during that time that she was gone. How cool is that? There's whistles.
Do I need to go to meetings anymore, G2? I'm just curious.
No, you got to show up for meetings, man. We need a good-looking guy in the meetings. And so you do that. But then what it does is it also actually allows you to ask and interact with it more. Was my name mentioned? Do you have any follow-up questions that you answer? And what it does is, in the transcript that you get at the end of the call, not only do you get the transcript, but you get this, because of the real-time media model, you get this added texture. These people applauded during what was said. You know, Dave applauded when there was a budget cut. And Clarissa stepped away for a bit. You know, all of those things actually get fused into the transcript.
What happens if I don't speak English and I want to see it in Japanese or Spanish?
Well, we've actually solved that problem 2 years ago, if you paid attention, because we've got 120 different languages that we can translate in real time. Did you know that?
Of course I did.
Thank you.
But is it everything works together? So as it's captured.
One platform, my friend. It's one platform. It's a beauty, man. It's one platform. And so then, this is what the transcript looks like. Because when you see the transcript, you'll know exactly at the moment in the transcript where Clarissa stepped away. So you got more texture, you got more context that you would have otherwise not had. You would have known when Dave starts showing emoji hearts, because he gets very excited.
I do. Thank you.
Thank you. I love you, man.
I appreciate it.
All right, so that was the first one. But we want to make sure that it's not just about the end user. We also want to make sure that we can have a great experience for the IT administrator. So what do we do over there? Well, so let's take a look at this. So this is our control hub, which, by the way, for those of you that don't, I think it is categorically one of the best enterprise software administration consoles in the industry, not just in collaboration. It is unbelievable how good this is. And so what we've done is we have equipped our entire control hub now with generative AI. So if you wanted to find out in control hub saying, hey, Donna Miller, how was her experience because I heard that she had a bad call, you could actually just type in, what's Donna Miller's experience look like? And when you have that happen, it's going to respond to you saying, what's Donna Miller's, by the way, I can't memorize all this stuff. So during the last meeting, Donna may have experienced some choppy audio. And then what you see at the bottom is it actually even says, show me more meeting details. I just don't want to go out and know that she had bad experience. When did she have that bad experience? And when you click on that, what ends up happening is it actually picks that detail from Control Hub, and it shows you exactly the moment in time when she had the bad experience. And we've now integrated this completely with Thousand Eyes. So not only do you know that you had that bad experience during that time, but the reason there was a bad experience, was it bandwidth? Was it because she had too much CPU load on her machine? Was it because the ISP was not working? What was the issue? Was it the router that was not? And you could actually go pinpoint with Thousand Eyes. And what you're seeing over here is you're getting these responses back in charts. So it's a multimodal experience. This is all baked into Control Hub. That's going to be available for every WebEx user. How dope is that?
I like that. All right, so G2, we're a little bit off on time here.
Oh, okay.
I know you maybe have a few other things, but is there anything you want to bring up that we haven't talked about?
Well, what I'd say is contact center is one area that is a huge area where we've actually made a ton of innovation as well, which is also built on the same platform as WebEx. And so we have built a product from the ground up called WebEx Contact Center, which is now on fire. It's growing at a very healthy rate. We've actually seen all of the AI innovation that we did in our core product that actually also works in Contact Center. And you now are able to go out and give agents AI tools so that they can have better answers, and you will never have to stay on hold and repeat yourself again, is what the goal is. That's the problem we want to solve. By the way, here's a stat that will completely blow your mind. On average, how long do you think people stay on hold in their lifetime? I think it's like 2 weeks. People stay on hold. In the 2 weeks of your life is spent staying on hold, waiting for the contact center person to come in. We're going to try to solve that problem for you so we can give you back 2 weeks of your life.
Hey, so where can they learn more, G2?
Go to the Solution Center. You'll actually be able to see all these demos. And we are so proud of the work that we've done. I think you're going to love it. We're going to make sure that we give you the best products in the market so that you folks can solve really important problems that are board-level initiatives in ways that are very elegant. I promise you, we're not stopping to work. This is innovation has only now started accelerating. We've got a great pipeline coming this year and the year after. Thank you again for taking the time.
Let's give it up for Jeetu Patel. Awesome, Jeetu. Thank you so much. I think they're going to move the chairs, but I now want to welcome up on stage our SVP for AppD and Observability. Ronak, come on up on stage. The stage is yours, my friend.
One day, a thriving e-commerce giant faced a nightmare. Their flagship application crashed during a major sale, leaving customers stranded. Panic ensued as the IT team dove into a sea of disconnected logs and metrics. Without a unified observability solution, they stumbled through the dark, struggling to pinpoint the problem. As the clock ticked, the damage spread. Customers vented their frustration on social media, tarnishing the brand's reputation. Departments pointed fingers, each blaming the other for the catastrophe. It could have gone worse. Who could have helped this customer? Cisco's full-stack observability comes to their rescue.
All right, good morning. Great to be here with you all. A great set of announcement, Jeetu, on GenAI. So we'll, of course, talk about GenAI and observability as well. But as you saw it in the video, the life of our IT administrator is really, really difficult. The way the applications are built are quite complex and very distributed across public and private clouds. And as an industry, we've not done such a great job in making sure we give you a unified understanding. In fact, what we've done is we've given you a tool for every particular domain, creating the tool sprawls, which I'm sure you all are familiar with it. What does it do? It actually increases your total cost of ownership because you have more tools. But more importantly, you have ops team managing those tools. More importantly, what ends up happening is there is a finger pointing, friction in the team, and when outage like that's happen, potentially it could affect your brand reputation, of course your revenue, and customer acquisition in some of those cases. In fact, some of you are already across this. When we surveyed, 80% of the participants said they really struggle in delivering that flawless digital experience, which your end users are expecting you to deliver. In fact, the participants also said, 56% of them, that they have 10 or more tools just for observability. Jeetu spoke about security. I'm not even including security tools for all you have it. And 2/3 of you are already across that you need a unified way to bring right set of telemetry and not a data dump so that you can make quick decisions when issues happen like that. This is where we strongly believe that observability is coming to us. You all have been a very long time Cisco customers. You do understand we have a great set of capabilities and a reach when it comes to networking, security, application, multi-cloud, and infrastructure. Our goal at Cisco is to bring that insight which we have it so that we can help you deliver that flawless digital experience which your end users are expecting us to do. Someone will ask me saying, where should our journey start on the full stack observability? I strongly believe that it needs to start from application first. Because once you understand the applications, it's easy to figure it out what segment of network, what security telemetry, what cloud telemetry you need it. And this is where we are focused on it with App Dynamics. In fact, what we've done it is, we've started with App Dynamics. We've brought in the telemetry from Thousand Eyes when it comes to network insights. We've brought telemetry from some of our security capabilities like Kena and Panoptica and Talos, and really got insights in a unified experience way. In fact, the place where we really differentiate is ability to tie the performance with the business KPIs. What are those business KPIs? It could be revenue, could be the inventory sitting in the checkout cart because your end users are not able to check out. It could be a security, because a lot of times security issue may end up showing as a performance issues. So really tying it together, the performance issues with your business KPI is what we are going to be able to differentiate here. So as I was telling you, right, doing a just big data lake and a data dump is not the right approach. We're really looking at this as problems to be solved, jobs to be done, and really looking at the use case-based approach. In fact, we've sort of thought about 7 different use cases which we are shipping it today. Of course, we'll continue to expand as we go to the market with you all. But if you're an existing App Dynamics customer, you're still able to start your full stack observability journey from App Dynamics and able to exercise and leverage all those 7 use cases. If you're on a modern application journey, you can start from Cisco Observability Platform and get to leverage all of these use cases. So I'm going to spend time talking about 3 use cases. The first one is the digital experience monitoring. So if you look at it, your end user's digital experience, what are those components it depends upon? Of course, it's the mobile applications or a browser where they're coming from. Is the big internet in the middle before they hit your application stack in your private or public data center. And those applications are doing access to the SaaS APIs. And there is the internet there as well. So this is where bringing in an intentional way the right set of the telemetry from all of the segments, we're able to give you that insights, which has helped some of our customers to triage issues in order of minutes instead of hours and days. Really, really powerful capability. And so this is the first incarnation where we've done it with App Dynamics and Thousand Eyes. App Dynamics has a great set of capability when it comes to understanding the business transactions, your database performance, your end users monitoring, bringing the networking latency jitter from Thousand Eyes into it. We're able to give you that insights, which really helps you deliver that flawless digital experience. But we are not stopping there. I talked about mobile application and the browser. We are actually building the capability which is referred as session recording or session replay. It's almost like you watching a Netflix movie about your end user's experience on your mobile application or a browser. And we are able to actually identify problematic sessions across millions of your users' sessions and really help you triage it out. Think about looking million movies, right? You'll be here forever. But ability to identify what matters and where you should pay attention is where we're bringing this capability. The second use case is my favorite use case. This is around business risk observability. Remember, I talked about business transactions. Bringing that insight from application perspective and bringing the security insights, we come up with a single score for you to watch your application's security posture. And that's what we call it business risk. This is where we are able to not only help you identify the vulnerabilities which exist in your applications, but what is important for you to prioritize it. So you can have your developers focus on things which they love to do and things which it helps your business to grow. So if you look at it, I talked about detecting the vulnerabilities and helping you prioritize based on the data access, PII information, that particular tier of your application has it. We also give you API security and a posture of it, and catalog of API. Jeetu spoke about millions of ACL rules. It is true even with APIs. People who use those SaaS APIs, they may not be part of the company, and you may not even know what API and what's the security posture. So getting that catalog runtime is very, very important. We've also added capability around data security, where now we are able to figure it out, data lineage and data security leaks, especially if you're using Snowflake or Databricks. All of this, if you wanted to deliver it or if you wanted to get insights, you probably needed a whole bunch of tools. What we've done is we've got that all as a single console where you can get that insights. And that's basically what is business risk observability. They've talked about sustainability, extremely important initiative for all of us. But cost of the cloud is also another deep care about for our customers and our CIOs. We are able to give you insights in terms of the cost of running your application in the cloud from the most granular level to the course level, side by side with sustainability data. Really powerful capability here. But as I was talking about it, my session would not be complete if we didn't talk about what we are doing around LLMs and how we are making use of it. So, of course, we will build the natural language interface for APIs, or what we call it query language, so that your ops teams have easier time to interact with the tool. But the really exciting thing is to build the AI assistants where it can help you autonomous way in a reasoning, and it's almost like having a human expert who's sitting next to you helping you troubleshoot. The capability of monitoring LLM and usage of those LLM APIs by your application. So this is in a case where your mobile applications or your banking application already uses LLMs, whether it's OpenAI or Anthropic models. Those APIs, think of it as a SaaS APIs. They do have outages. You do need to monitor it. They do cost a lot of money. So ability to get the visualization of the performance of those APIs and the cost implication of it is available since summer of this year. We don't charge for you that, but exciting thing is about the AI assistants. So let's look at a quick demo here, and I'm going to go really fast, but please do come to our booth to see a lot of these capabilities. So I'm going to ask the question to our favorite AI assistant. If you could play the video here. All right, there it is. So I'm going to ask the question saying, how is my Fin application doing? This application, the Gen AI assistant, is going to figure it out. Actually, there were 6,000 plus users who were saying 10-second latency or so. Not only that, it actually found out that there were crashes happening around in your applications around that time. It also figured it out that those applications were CPU bound. So, and it's saying, do you want to check on that? So once you say yes, it's going to actually check and saying, yes, it is a CPU bound, and unfortunately, there is no CPU limit set for that. What ends up happening is we don't have a CPU limit. It's going to exceed and crash the particular process. So now it's asking, saying, do you want to set the CPU limits? Once you say yes, it's actually going to say, look for it, saying, what's the average CPU usage for this particular application? Should you be using 5-day baseline or 1-day baseline? It says, looks like 1-day baseline is a good choice. You say yes. It's actually going to set that baseline for that particular tier of application which was crashing. But more importantly, it's also going to figure it out, are there other instances like that? At this point, it's going to set up those health rules, so not only you can fix the problem you had it, but also proactively avoid other applications hitting the same issue. So if I just take a step back and summarize it, it found out where the problem was, it found out where the root causes, and it helped you put the action on top of it so you can be predictive, proactive. That's the power of Gen AI. We are looking at to deliver this functionality in the mid of 2024. So stay tuned. We will start doing POC early next year. But a lot of this capability, which I talked about it, around businesses observability, digital expense monitoring, some of our customers are already leveraging it and seeing a great set of benefits. So our goal at Cisco, by building all of this capability around observability, is to help you make you predictive, proactive, so you can solve some of the problems which you saw at the beginning of the video, help you innovate faster, reduce the friction in your organizations, and really focus on things which matter most to you. So just with me, close your eyes for a few seconds and just imagine the possibility, what it can do for you with Cisco Full Stack Observability. With that, I would like to invite my friend Jackie, who runs our customer success for APJC region. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ronak. And thank you to all the customers and partners in the room and live for investing time to come to see us here today. You are shaping industries, and I couldn't be more excited to be here. Now, I've been in the APJC customer experience role for just over a year, and as some of you know, before that, I spent 20 years as a CIO, CTO, more recently CIO at Cisco, so I've been in your shoes. One thing I have learned in the last 12 months is that everyone in the CX organization is completely obsessed with making you successful. Now, let's talk about customer success for a second, and Dave talked about this earlier. What was happening behind the scenes? Well, the Dream Team, just like soccer, the Dream Team and Cisco had FIFA's back. They were actually cabling all of the stadiums across ANZ, and their job working with CX, customer experience, our services teams, was to make sure the hardware and software worked seamlessly as we broadcasted live to millions. Now, that's what I call customer success. It happens behind the scenes. It happens with all of you. Now, having been a customer of Cisco for a good 20-plus years, I can tell you that the portfolio that the entire team earlier took you through, be it G2, Ronak, Lawrence, I can tell you that it is the best one I've seen. But you're probably wondering, how do I make this best portfolio ever? How do I make it come to life? And if you're like me, with my CIO hat on, you're probably thinking, on the one hand, how do I get all of this to work? And on the other hand, it's going to be complex. Is it going to add more complexity? Do I have the right people? Do I have the skills? How do I get from where I am today to where I need to get to? Because we know, I know, all of you know, we run complex platforms and technology. So implementing new tech change is difficult. Well, there's one message I want to leave you with today, which is a really critical one. It's that CX can help you. We can help you. We've got a very large team across APJC. We can help you get to those business outcomes faster. Whatever your journey is, be it hybrid work, be it security, any of the above, we in CX, by the way, together with our partners, we can help you get there. Now, can you raise your hand if you are in the audience and you're a partner? There's lots of you here today. Now, I know, and I want to thank you for helping us, Cisco, help our customers bring those technologies to life, because without you, we can't make it happen. We can't scale. So, what is this telling us? A couple of things. If you put it in what I call English IT words, we can help you architect, we can help you adopt, we can help you optimize, we can even run it for you with our partners. We can also support your adoption. When you buy software, the hardest thing to do is integrate it, to bring it to life, to add the value, to show your business, your board, your execs that the money you've spent is actually showing value and it's turning up in your operation. So we can help you do that. And by the way, the most important thing also is learning and certification. It sounds simple, but every single day we are learning. And the only way to stay on the top of your game and your teams to have the best skills they can is to leverage that. And we've got that for you as well. So how do we bring this to life? How do we do it? Well, through a simplified CX portfolio. We have 8,000 people in CX across APJC, 8,000 people that you can leverage. They do these projects every single day. Network, observability, security, sustainability, you name it. We do it every day. And we've been doing it for 35 years. We have the playbook. And if you haven't been to the World of Solutions, if you haven't been to the CX stand, it's awesome. It's the biggest one we've had. I really want you to go, because the team is waiting for you to show you what we've got and how we can support your journey. So, you heard from me. You heard about what my views are on the portfolio, how we can help you implement that, and how we can help you drive business outcomes faster. But I'm a big believer of real examples. So today I'm excited and delighted to talk to you about the Customer Hero Awards. We've been driving those for a number of years. And as Dave said earlier, it's really important that you know from us, we want to securely connect everything to make anything possible. But I also know that every customer, every IT department, every IT architecture is different. But you are the change makers. You're the innovators. You're the people that are driving the transformation in your company. And we are there for you. Now, I'm very, very delighted and excited to welcome our customer heroes' stories to the stage. In fact, I presented all of them with their gifts and trophies yesterday evening. We had a great time. But let me start by sharing a couple of security examples. This is the first category, security. So if security is your number one concern, then we have your back. Let me talk about two customer heroes who are here in the audience. The first one is Hero. He's in charge of security at Cognizant, and we implemented a robust network access and end-user monitoring for 300,000 employees, and he's happy. Glenn at MYOB, while transitioning to the cloud, he wanted to make sure his employees, his engineers, had a secure, frictionless experience with end-to-end security, and we did that too. Now let's move to connectivity. Another three heroes who, in my opinion, they really seized the opportunity that was in front of them. So, Raj, ANZ Bank, amazing. We helped modernize his branch network for faster access to applications while providing a great Wi-Fi experience for his customers. For Joseph at ASB Bank, he chose Cisco Success Tracks to connect engineers with insights and unified visibility to ensure the engineers had a great experience. And we know how important it is to keep our engineers happy. And then finally, for Mr. Scott Koo, he improved operational capability, efficiencies, to boost the confidence of thousands of businesses that rely on Samsung's cloud services. And these are all true stories, by the way, amazing true stories. Two final heroes that I want to go to in the next category is innovation. Chrissy at Coles. She manages 21 million customer transactions every week. She wanted the best Wi-Fi experience across 1,400 stores, and she got it. And then finally, our last hero is redefining the future of autonomous driving. And with Success Tracks, what he did was he drove efficiencies, cost savings to reinvest into his innovation engine. And just to give you two stats, 20% reduction in network deployment time and 18% reduction in network operations. I think all of us want some of that. Well done. So I'd like to actually, thank you for the encouragement. I'm going to get the customer heroes to stand up. Where are you? There you are, right here. Thank you for everything that you do. Glenn, Raj, Hiru, Joseph, Mr. Scott Koo, Chrissy and Uchida-san, thank you for leading the way in the industry and showing everyone in this room that we can actually make it happen. And I know some of you only started on this journey last year at the booth. So anyone who wants to start the journey this year at the booth, we're waiting for you. Okay, now let's talk about what successful CIOs do, in my opinion. They do two things extremely well. The first one is they articulate the value of IT in terms of business outcomes, and then they move at speed, leveraging partners. And Gartner tells us that CIOs that communicate the value of IT will maintain 60% higher funding levels compared to their peers. I'm sure we all want more funding. So, and I know that is the reason why we launched Cisco Lifecycle Services, because you wanted to be able to do that too. So let's watch a quick video.
Technology is advancing fast, like lightning fast. And without a skilled crew who's got your back, keeping up can feel like war. But what if it wasn't just you? What if you had a whole team of, well, Use the best experts by your side, supercharged with AI ML insights. And what if you could measure and report outcomes, driving more value? Cisco Lifecycle Services is here to electrify and boost your journey to better business results fast. Yeah, that fast.
All right, that was fast. How many of you want 8,000 more U's? Anyone? Come on, you guys are awesome. You want more U's. You want more U's. Of course you want more U's. Well, these offers are simple, they're flexible, they're business outcome focused. Whether you want to reduce risk, enhance your security, any of the above, we are ready to support you. So please take advantage of that. Now, one announcement from me today, more on business outcomes. We are launching sustainability services which help you either assess and prioritize, reduce energy consumption, or transform to smart buildings. And we can do that for you. It's out now, it's live today. We want to help you because I know we can collectively build a better future for everyone that's connected, and it's also good for the planet. So sustainability has to be a priority. We're ready when you are. In closing, as I said, we have the best technology portfolio ever. CX and our partners are here to help you. So please ask, and we will be there. Let's keep driving business outcomes. Remember that my passion, the reason why I'm in this role and I moved out of the CIO, CTO role is because I want to help our customers. I want to help you. I'm passionate about it. My team is ready. We've been getting ready for the last 12 months, and we're here to help you. So thank you for listening, and let me hand over to Dave West.
Thank you. Jackie has your back, guaranteed. Hey, so just let's give it up for all the speakers. I think they did a fantastic job. So, in closing this session, enjoy Cisco Live. Learn, grow, challenge us, ask questions. The world of solutions is now open. Go to the breakouts, give us your feedback, and have a great week. Thank you, everybody.